So the Shadow Boxer and Mickey have had a big fallout. You might have seen in my last video, got pretty good numbers. It was a Homeless Mickey exclusive. Well, first of all, where is Mickey? Mickey's at my mum's. He's a very hard guy to live with. As in, all he does is just talk, and he requires so much, if your energy, I don't want to give it away to him, so I think it's best that he stays away. I mean, he's done Shadow's nutting, he's done my nutting. Good luck to Video Craig, who's apparently invited him to do a podcast so he can talk shit about me and the Shadow Boxer on the same day. Video Craig did that sneaky stream. Apparently he's given it the big spuds. Shadow Boxer sent me a message saying Video Craig's coming after me. I didn't think Video Craig was like that. I didn't think Video Craig's, I was obviously just having a little fun. I'm sorry, Video Craig, if I caused you any alarm, harassment and distress. For the record, you don't owe me any money. And yeah, I am coming up north soon, but I don't fancy a detour to go looking for a hedgehog. So, what are we going to do with Shadow Boxer and Mickey? Will they resolve their issues? Mickey's on about outing the Shadow Boxer as a bacon. Well, I think, if I could count the emojis that I've had on my YouTube account over this past 2 years, bacon would be the most popular one. And I've got that sent not at me, but at reference to the Shadow Boxer, who is known as a bacon. Well, Mickey wants to out him as a bacon. Wow, surprise, surprise. I mean, it's like me out in the tank as a dog. He's a dog, guys. Yeah, surprise, surprise. But whatever dirt he's got on the Shadow Boxer seems a little bit threatened by him because he's offering to give Mickey €200 when he gets his YouTube check-in. I don't think Mickey's going to take that, so I haven't even passed on the message. As it is, Shadow's blocked Mickey. Mickey's angry and is owed money. I would get him on here himself to explain it, but like I say, he's too manic. I thought I'd do my best as an outsider looking in. I think the Shadow Boxer done right by Michael, personally. He fed him, he clothed him. And when I say clothed him, he literally clothed him. That Dougie Joyce 3D tracksuit, he got him on a podcast. He bought him food. He gave him the Dolce Vita, which is the bum's life, which is obviously, he was living the dream. I mean, obviously he could be living that similar life in prison when he wouldn't be humiliated on the internet. But Mickey's part in all this was, number one, 50-50 as they agreed on YouTube revenue. And what else? Oh, Shadow said he's going to make him famous. So Shadow has done pretty well because Mickey is quite famous, as in he was stopped in a shopping centre in Manchester. People were like, oh, homeless Mickey, homeless Mickey. And apparently at the event, Shadow Boxer's nose was put out of joint because people knew who homeless Mickey was, but they didn't know who the Shadow Boxer was. And that's because, and Paul doesn't do this for money, by the way. He does it for fame, notoriety. Maybe he didn't get enough attention as a child, but Paul desperately wants to be famous. We all know that anyway. So he is livid that homeless Mickey's overtaken him in the ratings, if you know what I mean. But Mickey is very bitter. He wants his money. He says he's owed by Paul. And remember, Paul's after cheap shotting him on a night out. If you didn't get all the information on my last video that Mickey was in, apparently Mickey was rude to a couple of girls, and Paul being a hero, so a hero, as in against Mickey's after touching these girls, assaulting them, shall we say, yeah? And Paul being a hero, hit Mickey for that. Mickey, is like, whatever, gaslighting. I don't know, I wasn't there, I don't like drinking alcohol. I'm kind of upset that the two have fell out. I wish that they could reconcile things. Reconcile? Yeah. Maybe we could sit them down. It could be that they have to do this the old-fashioned way and have a fight, which I would not be against. So in the comment section, who wins in an all-in, yeah? So Mickey's MMA skills versus Shadow's Mongo strength. Plus Shadow's going to be angry. Mickey's been winding him up, threatening him. But then Mickey's also very angry. I mean, this is a real fight. This is a real bad blood. And I'm not promoting this, as a matter of fact, but where would the fight happen, for example? I mean, we can get Mickey on here. The fight can happen here, not in my front room, but literally, I've got a pretty good setup here. It could happen out the back. Shadow, put you up in that room. We can do a pay-per-view. You versus homeless Mickey. Just settle the beef. Do you know what I mean? And then I can be in charge of the money, or whatever, the pay-per-view revenue, and we can split it. But what you got to be careful is we've got the Hedgehog Man up in Newcastle. You know, he doesn't care for pay-per-views. He just live streams them, and that's why someone, not saying me, someone should make him think about the consequences of his actions. Someone like Dougie Joyce, you know, imagine being Dougie Joyce knowing that you're 12 grand out of pocket because of Hedgehog Man. I mean, if I was Dougie Joyce, I would, but I'm not Dougie Joyce. And Shadowbox also was his link. Let's face it, he was bringing the eyes, but that's irrelevant. Once again, I'm not being toxic here or whatever. I'm just reporting as I see it. There's two guys that hate each other bitterly now. They're two guys that we know that used to be friends, but now they hate each other. And I'm sort of like picking in the middle here. I'm actually talking between the pair of them. Not that it's got me anywhere. As a matter of fact, I should call Mickey round to clarify this, but he's just going to act on emotion, you know. At the end of the day, it's happened. Mickey got cheap-shotted. Mickey's upset. Mickey's owed money. Shadowboxer doesn't want to pay him. Shadowboxer's upset as well. How do we resolve this? I don't have any ideas myself. I've asked Paul to pay him some money, at least some money. And Paul said that he will give him €200 when he gets his YouTube check next month. He's after spending about £3,500 on his Revolut account. This is feeding Mickey, housing Mickey, taking him to the podcast. Put in the comment section, do you think Mickey deserves any money at all? And, you know, like, it's all out there to see. There's a real beef here about a night out and Shadow assaulted Mickey. And Mickey's getting the CCTV, by the way. I don't know what he plans to do with his CCTV, but I'm sure you'll see it on my YouTube account. So, if you haven't, subscribe already and like this video. Please leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking about the homeless Mickey and Shadowboxer fallout. Goodbye. Tank, say goodbye. Tank, say goodbye. What's up with you, bro? You're so rude. Well, YouTube subscribers really appreciate you. Say hey, Tank.